Hi everyone, welcome to our channel.
Now, if you're joining us for the first time, I want to say welcome. Just to give you a brief overview of the channel, this channel is everything academia. We talk about topics that are relevant for the undergrads, or those that are in high school that are looking for an undergrad program, or those that are in the final year of undergrad and are coming up with a research topic for their final year project, and those who are in a master's program or looking for a PhD program, and even relevant for the junior PhD students. If these are topics that you love, please do subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any more videos from this channel. So when we come back, we will delve into how do you find a good research topic. We'll be right back. Welcome back. A good research proposal is a function of a good research topic. I know people who are gifted in writing that they can sell ice to an Eskimo, but if it doesn't really matter, if you can be gifted in writing, but at the end of the day, if the topic you're working with is no good, there'll be a challenge. Because if the research topic is good, the writing part would be easy or not as challenging. So how do you find a good research topic? This can be a task if you're new to research. It's like looking for treasure, honestly. A good research topic is a treasure, because you have to read widely. One of the things I was told by my supervisor in 2015 when I started my research program, the first summer break, people were traveling. She gave me a list of papers to read. Like, I don't know how many papers she gave me to read. And one of the things she kept repeating is, if you want to conduct good research, you need to learn how to read widely. To read widely, you need to learn how to read fast and be proficient, in your reading. Read widely means what? Read not just academic articles, read newspapers. Why? Because from newspapers, you would be able to know what is happening today, right? Current phenomena, what are people talking about? Why is it that you may not be able to get that in research articles? In the field of information systems, for example, we have about 8 top journals, and the review cycle for all these journals is about 2 to 4 years. It takes 2 years to publish a journal article. So by the time it's published, and 2 being the minimum, by the way, so by the time it's published, the content is 2 years old. So it's best then to refer to news articles and then go to the literature to see what has been done, instead of just focusing on the literature. Another way to find a good research topic is to attend seminars in the university. Attend seminars. It's free, obviously. When you attend seminars, there are other benefits to it. One, you understand what people are working on now, what research topics are people working on. It doesn't mean that you have to copy. Later on, we talk about monkey see, monkey do. You don't have to copy what other people are doing. You just know, okay, this is what people are working on. How can I make what they are working on better? Where can I come in? What are some of the gaps or the limitations in what they have presented? And then another one that I find particularly helpful is attending industry talks and workshops. This one, you need to really manage your time well, because it can be time consuming. Where I am, some of these workshops would run after work in the evening, after the office hours, because people work during the day. But they're very helpful because you have an opportunity to network. And for some people, if your research requires data collection, primary data, that is, where you have to go to the field and capture these data, this is an opportunity to network and connect with potential participants for your study. A good application that I would recommend is Eventbrite. Eventbrite is a mobile app. It's available on Android. It's available on App Store. Eventbrite they publish events, workshops. So you just enter your address and you will see what workshops or what talks are available in your vicinity. So it's really a good one. One of my professors recommended this app and it's been great so far. I was able to network and meet really good people that have helped me in my research. So now we move forward to characteristics of a good research topic. We talked about how to find a good research topic. Now we move on to how do you discern that what I'm working on is a good topic. One, a good topic should be interesting. Keep in mind that interestingness, if that's a word, interestingness is subjective. What may be interesting to you is not what may be interesting to another person, right? But it's important that this topic is interesting to you because let's say, for example, you want to apply for a PhD. You're going to be working on this topic for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years sometimes, right? 8 years, some schools. If you're working and studying at the same time, you can go up to 8 years, 10 years. I know people who have done their PhD for 10 years. It has to be something you're passionate about, that keeps you up at night, that you are really inquisitive about or curious about. There has to be that element of curiosity in your research. And interesting does not mean that the topic should be fashionable. Remember earlier I talked about reading newspapers, understanding what's happening, the current phenomena. But if your topic is going to be based on current phenomena, I would advise you to be really careful, especially if this is going to be a PhD research topic. Why? Because current phenomena may be fleeting. After 1 or 2 years, the topic may not be relevant anymore. People have moved on to a new topic, especially in our field, in information systems. So whatever it is that is current phenomena, you want to see how does this tie to previous research. So you apply the principles of abstraction, because the thing is that current phenomena will always occur in context, but beyond this context that you're focusing on, there must be something that was done in the literature. For example, in information systems, we talk about gaming, for example. We talk about Second Life. In the literature, even though they may not have talked about Second Life or gaming or virtual reality, they have talked about multimedia systems. So then what you do, and this would be a good opportunity, because if they've talked about multimedia systems, you see, okay, how do they define multimedia systems? What is our current understanding of the multimedia systems? And then you go back to the context of, say, gaming or simulation, whatever it may be, that is the new phenomena. And then you see how is it different from our current understanding in the literature. Then if you see that it is different, you can do what is called problematization, where you show that our current understanding or the assumptions underlying our current understanding do not hold in this new context. That would be an opportunity for you to contribute to the literature, right? But the key thing that I want you to remember here is that if it's a current phenomena, you want to tie it to existing literature and then use the contextual elements of this new phenomena to contribute back to the literature, to add to the understanding of the research domain. But the key thing is it has to be interesting to you. Now, this point here, I don't mean to be rude or insult anybody. It's one of my professors likes saying this, monkey see, monkey do. And one of the things he said when we started is never ever copy somebody else's research idea, because it's just like a business idea. You can never do well when you copy somebody else's business idea because you don't have the vision. It could be a potential supervisor's research topic. New PhD students fall victim of this, and I understand it because I've been there, where you find somebody you really want to work with, a research supervisor, and they tell you, oh, this topic you want to work on, I'm not an expert, so I may not be able to guide you. You would be tempted to see what are they working on and try to follow, their research interests. I can tell you that is a mistake. it would be better if you look for somebody that is, their research is close to what you're working on, and then get this person that you like to be a co-supervisor. Because at the end of the day, if you know the process of doing research, you can supervise any student. You don't need to really, it helps if you understand the topic and the domain knowledge necessary, but it's, in some cases I've seen in my school, professors who are senior, scholars who are supervising students, and they have no idea what the student is working on in terms of domain knowledge, but they can give feedback on the process, that this is not good, this is not how it's done, and the students are doing well. So never be tempted to settle and copy somebody's work or research interest just because you want to work with them. So another characteristic of a research topic, a good research topic, is that it really has to do with us. Any topic can be good. There's no such thing as a bad topic unless it's an old topic, or really there's no contribution in your topic, it's not useful. However, a topic can be good for you or for somebody else. What is going to make a topic good for you, or we can say that this is a suitable topic for you, is the extent of your competence to carry out that project. Don't choose something that you're not good at. If you know that you're not good at quantitative skills or quantitative analysis, for God's sake, don't choose a project that requires quantitative analysis, facts analysis, or multiple regression or cluster analysis. Don't choose research questions that require those kinds of analysis. You can go for qualitative analysis. It's still publishable, people are doing it, so don't feel pressured to go into something that you know very well that you're going to struggle and you're not good at. So another thing, this is very important, a good research topic is useful. Usefulness is king. Again, I talked about value, so this is related to value. What is the value of your research? Is it short term or long term? So we already talked about that. Utility, benefit, keeping in mind that value means different things to different stakeholders. Again, remember what you wrote in the introduction, the value that you put forward. You talk about that value here, making sure there's a saliency effect. At the end of the conclusion, people remember the value of your study. So now I realize that we have spoken at length so far. What I want to do is to talk about these components of a research proposal in greater detail, because there is a way to write an introduction. What are some of the key things to look out for when writing an introduction? A literature review. How do you, because literature review, there are different types of literature reviews. What are the different types? How do you present each and every one of these different types? And then methodology, are you going to do a qualitative or quantitative? So we don't want to prolong. Again, remember that being concise is key. So let us end this one here. In the next video, I will talk about how to write an effective introduction. So I will cover the elements one by one. And this is very important. You don't want to miss it, especially if you have a research project due soon or a research proposal due soon. You never get a second chance to making a great first impression. Remember that the proposal as a whole is a first impression, but even more importantly, your introduction is the first impression. That's the first thing that they're going to read. And let me tell you, I learned many years ago, in about 2015, 2016, when I submitted my first conference paper from my supervisor, that reviewers, our readers, they know whether or not they are going to accept your paper, they are going to accept your proposal after having read your introduction. So that should show you how important the introduction is. You just want to hook your readers from there and convince them in the introduction. So let's end here, and I hope that you will join us next time when we talk about how to write an effective introduction. I hope you have learned something from this video. Let me know what you think of the content. Where you don't understand, do let us know on the comment section below. Before I actually end the video, let me remind you again to subscribe to our channel and do press the notification bell so that you don't miss any more videos from our channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good day. Bye.